Well, hello, Cary Area Public Library. My name is Dan Gogh, and this is Peaky Picasso, and we're so thankful to be a part of your summer reading program this year. What's that? Yes, Peaky, we're going to start the show very quickly. Libraries have a special place in my heart as my parents took us to the library every couple of weeks. That's where I checked out books on drawing and painting and even magic tricks. So that we hope that after our time together today, you're inspired to do some digging deep of your own. You must have gone to go dig deep.
And now it's time to dig deep into your imagination.
Welcome to Magic and Art by Dan Gogh. My name is Dan Gogh, and I teach people how to be creative. Today we're going to dig deep into our imagination. We're going to learn all about the art of telling a good story. Now, if you're an artist, raise your hand. If you'd like to see some magic, raise your other hand. If you'd like to see some magic and art together, put both hands in front of you just like this and clap them just like that, and we'll get the show started. All right, well, right now I have one of my favorite people with me. What's your name?
Elsie.
This is Elsie. How old are you, Elsie?
3.
3. Okay, now let's keep your shirt up like that. Okay, so this is Elsie, and we're talking about digging deep today, aren't we, Elsie? Yes, we are. And so I thought I'd bring one of my friends with me, Mr. Groundhog. Now, he's actually one of the best trained groundhogs that you've ever seen. He's going to come out, but he's not going to come out yet. He's only going to come out when I tell... What?
He's up. He's up.
No, he's not up yet because I didn't tell him to come out yet. He only comes up when I tell him to come out. And why are you laughing?
He came up.
No, he's not up. He's inside right now. He only comes up. I open it up? You think I should check in there?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's inside. No, he only comes up when I tell him to, not before. Because if he came up before I tell him, that would be the wrong time for... What, did he come up again?
Yeah.
No, Mr. Groundhog, get in there. He's not supposed to come out, is he? No, get it. Would you get in there? All right, Mr. Groundhog is up. All right, are you ready, Mr. Groundhog? I think he's ready. Do you think he's ready? Okay, Mr. Groundhog, now come on up. Okay, isn't he wonderful? Isn't he the nicest guy? He didn't come up. Why didn't he come up?
I could do it.
Maybe he's inside. Okay, let's take a look. Mr. Groundhog, you need to come out. And...
Good.
Where'd he go? We're gonna have to find him in just a moment. Oh wait, look, there's a note on the back. Here's the note. Well, we're gonna read this note in a minute. Can you say, thanks for helping me, Elsie. Can you say bye-bye?
Bye-bye. Here's a good book to read.
Speaking of digging, be sure to check out a book called A Dog Named Doug by Karma Wilson. In this book, you'll read all about Doug's adventures as a digger, and he'll be a great inspiration for you in your own digging. So here is the note that I found on the back of Mr. Groundhog's house. To whom it may concern, I am off in search of finding true gold. Be sure to get a move on it as the day is getting old. You will find in books wonderful stories, a pure form of creation. In order to make your own, you'll have to dig deep into your imagination. You have heard of the 7 C's, maps, compasses, and a pirate's creed. But to write engaging stories, 3 C's are all you'll need. Construction, characters, and creativity is what you need to know. Capture these 3 C's and the treasure is sure to show. Digging deep into your imagination is worth the effort, you'll soon see. And once you've found the treasure, you will be sure to find me. Respectfully yours, Mr. Groundhog. Oh, 3 C's, find the treasure. This looks like a treasure chest. Maybe this is where he is. Let's take a look and see if this is where, see if he's in. There's nothing in there. Well, actually, you're right. There is something in there. Another note, maybe a clue. Construction, characters, and creativity. This must be the 3 C's that he was talking about. Well, I guess we're off on our journey. The adventure has begun and we're searching for the 3 C's.
Construction.
Well, now we're going to begin our adventure by collecting our first C, construction. We're going to look at the construction of a story, the way all stories are built. Now, sometimes you might be reading a story and be a little surprised by the ending. Sometimes it's the middle that can be a little bit surprising. But I often find that it's the red ball, get back down here, red. It's the red, stop that, get back down here. It's the red, stop that, get back down here. It's the red ball that can be very tricky. But we're going to put the colors in now. We'll put green in first, we'll put yellow in next, and then we'll put red in last. So when we do it correctly, we've got red for the beginning, yellow for the middle, and green for the ending, and everything works exactly the way it's supposed to. Well, that's not right. Let's try that again. As we said before, which one did I put in first? It was red, wasn't it? We'll put red in first. And after that, do you remember what was next? Yellow. Yellow will go in next, and then after that, stop it, red. After that, red, stop it. After that, we'll put red in. Now, we've got all of our colors just right. Red for the beginning, yellow will be next for the middle, and green for the ending. And that's exactly the way it is. Okay, I told you we had to keep an eye on red. I'm so sorry. Let's try that one more time. Now, which one goes in first? Green, okay. Which one after that? Yellow, okay. Now, next we'll put, you know what? I'm not gonna put red in next. And I'll tell you why. Red has been giving me trouble today. And you know what the fairy godmother told me? She's the one that gave me these colors. She told me that if red was ever a problem, just put red in the box here. And that way I will always know exactly where red... You know, she was right. I know exactly where red is because red is at the top for the beginning, yellow is in the middle, and green for the ending. We have just explored the construction of a story.
Construction.
And now we're going to continue our journey on the construction of a story. Now, all stories are built the same. And I have with me a book called The Story Mountain. And this story will really pop out at you. Watch this. Boom! There's the story mountain. And it starts in the very beginning. This is where you set the scene of your story and you learn about your main characters. Then we move to the middle of the story. That's usually where the problem occurs. And then as we solve the problem, we work our way towards the ending of the story. And in most fairy tales, it's a happy ending. Now we're going to explore more about the story mountain, but I'm going to get out my friend and soon to be yours, Theodosius the worm. Just a moment. All right, Theodosius, how are you today?
I am well, thank you.
Good.
How are you?
I am well, thank you.
Yes, I am well, thank you.
You already said that.
I'm sorry, have we met?
Yes, Theodosius, we have met. Anyway, we're going to take a journey on the story mountain together today. Would you like to join us?
Yes, that sounds delightful.
Great. So we're going to start at the beginning, but we need to start with a story. Theodosius, would you like to pick the story?
Yes, I'd love to.
Okay, great. What story are you going to pick?
No. No.
Theodosius, just pick a story.
Red Riding Hood.
Perfect. That's a great story. So Red Riding Hood is going to start at the beginning. And in the beginning, you might start by saying something like,
"Oh, I got this. And everybody lived happily ever after."
No, you wouldn't start by saying that. What would you say? That's right. Once upon a time.
Oh, that's so interesting. Really, Donatello?
Stop. What did you call me?
What's that?
What did you call me?
I called you your name. Donatello.
My name is not Donatello. It's Dan Gogh.
Really?
Really.
That's your name?
That's my name.
Oh.
Okay. Anyway, back to the story mountain. We start at the beginning. We start by saying, once upon a time, and then we set the scene.
Like in Red Riding Hood.
That's right.
You might say, once upon a time, deep, deep in the ocean.
No. Red Riding Hood doesn't take place in the ocean. It takes place in the forest. So you could say something like, once upon a time deep in the forest.
Oh, really? That's so interesting, Michelangelo.
Stop. What did you call me?
What's that?
What did you call me?
I called you your name, Michelangelo.
My name is not Michelangelo. It's Dan Gogh.
Really?
Really.
That's your name?
Yes.
Oh.
Anyway, so we set the scene and then we introduce the main character. Do you know who the main character of our story is?
Yes. Red Riding Hood.
That's right.
If memory serves, Red Riding Hood is a girl pig.
No. I mean, she is a girl, but she's not a pig.
No, I'm pretty sure she's a pig.
No, she's not a pig. She's just a girl.
Oh, okay. Have it your way, Raphael.
Stop. Dan Gogh.
Yes, Dan Gogh. Okay.
So we have the setting, we have the main character, and now we move towards the middle of the story. And now here's where it gets interesting. This is where we introduce the problem of the story. Do you know what the problem of Red Riding Hood is?
Yes.
Okay.
The bad guy.
That's right. There's a bad guy in the story. Who's the bad guy in Red Riding Hood?
A crazy cow.
No, it's a wolf.
A crazy wolf.
Okay. It's not a crazy wolf. It's just a bad wolf.
Oh, that's right. He huffs and he puffs and he blows the houses down.
No, you're talking about a different wolf. That's from the Three Little Pigs. Would you rather tell the story of the Three Little Pigs?
No, I want to tell the story that we're telling.
Okay.
Goldilocks and the Crazy Cow.
No, it's Red Riding Hood and the Wolf. Now, the problem of the story is that the wolf is trying to attack Red Riding Hood.
Oh, that's terrible. I hate problems.
Yeah, I don't like problems either.
Can we just get over the middle?
Well, no, you have to have a problem because that's what makes the story interesting. But don't worry, we don't stay in the middle. We then move our way towards the ending. And in most fairy tales, there's a happy ending. Do you know how Red Riding Hood ends?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead and tell us.
They all go to bed and take a nap.
No, that's not how it ends.
Oh, I know.
Okay.
The wolf jumps down the chimney and learns his bottom.
No. Theodosius, what story are you telling?
I'm trying to tell the story of Humpty Dumpty.
Humpty Dumpty?
That's right, Picasso.
Stop it. Dan Gogh. No, in Red Riding Hood, the woodsman, Red Riding Hood, and the grandma chase the wolf away.
Really?
Really.
That's how it ends?
That's how it ends.
I like my version better. The one where the wolf learns his bottom. Ah!
Okay. Anyway, so once you make it towards the very ending, then all the problems are solved, and then you can end it by saying,
"Oh, I got this."
Okay.
Once upon a time.
No, that's not how it ends. How would you end a story? Yes, and everybody lived happily ever after.
Sadly ever after?
No, happily ever after.
Well, you don't sound very happy, Monet.
Dan Gogh!
Yes, Dan Gogh. Speaking of having to go, I think I need to go.
I think you need to go too. Say goodbye to the boys and girls.
Goodbye.
Okay. Everybody say goodbye to Theodosius. Okay. All right. You can go now. Yep. Go ahead.
Here's a good book to read.
If you'd like to learn more about writing your own stories, you can check out a book called Writing Stories Fairy Tales. And this one's written by Anita Ganeri. And she's written a whole series of these books about how to tell stories, but this one's specifically about fairy tales. And you'll learn a lot about characters and the idea of a story mountain and all kinds of things that'll help you in writing your stories.
Characters.
All right, boys and girls, well, it's time to talk about characters, one of the 3 C's. And to do that, I brought one of my special friends with me. What's your name?
Nathaniel.
Nathaniel, how old are you?
6.
6. Nathaniel, 6. Okay. Now we're going to talk about some characters and the different type of characters that you might find in a story. Now sometimes you'll find someone who's needs some help. Someone in a story that is in trouble or something like that. Nathaniel, what would that look like? Someone who needs help. Oh, very good. Now, sometimes in a story you have someone that might help that person, someone that's maybe stronger, powerful. What would that look like? Very good. And maybe let's think of another character. How about maybe, let's see, we've got someone that needs help, a hero. What other kind of characters are there in stories?
Bad guy.
A bad guy. Usually the bad guy and the hero are kind of fighting against each other, aren't they? What would a bad guy look like? Whoa, that's pretty evil. Do you have a favorite story? Oh, he's thinking about it. Yes.
Remember that story? Remember that story about the dog the dog who became stronger and became a superhero. And he was stronger.
Yep.
And he rescued the calf from a tree.
I do remember that one. Yeah. I don't remember. I have that book. We'll have to look at that. Okay. Well, this is just an example of some characters that you might have in the story. Thank you, Nathaniel, for giving me a hand. Take a bow. Very good. All right. Thanks, Nathaniel. All right. Let's see if we can find that book. So here is the book that you were talking about, Nathaniel. It's called Dex, The Heart of a Hero. And it's a pretty cool story. Do you remember what you liked about it?
He became a superhero.
He became a superhero. And this is a pretty cool book if you haven't checked it out. It's got Nathaniel's stamp of approval on it. And check it out. It'll be a lot of fun. Anything else you want to say?
Stamp of approval.
Stamp of approval, it means you really like it.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, let's give 2 thumbs up for Dex. Ready?
Here's an activity you can try.
All right, well, it's time to create some characters, and I have some of my favorite people with me here today. Who is this?
Nathaniel.
That's Nathaniel. And who are you?
Elsie.
Elsie. And Nathaniel and Elsie are going to help me design some characters. And before we do that, we're going to talk about what kind of characters are usually in a story. Nathaniel, what kind of characters are you normally find in a story? What kind of people do you have? Elsie, you don't know.
Bookworms?
Bookworms? We could do a bookworm in our story. Sometimes are there bad characters in a story? So we could create a villain. Who fights the villain?
The good guy.
The good guy. Sometimes the hero of the story will fight. And so we're going to come up with some different characters. Nathaniel, do you have an idea for a character you want to make? You think about it. Elsie, do you have a character you want to make?
Monkey.
You want to make a monkey? You are a monkey.
Yes.
Are you a monkey?
No. A bookworm.
You want to do a bookworm? Okay. Well, we're going to get started, and you guys hopefully get some ideas from the characters that we create. All right, well, we're back, and we have some characters. Elsie, show me your character. All right, let's get a look at your character. Tell me about your character, Elsie. Okay, you got it. And we also have our little, kind of like a baby character that we made. And then we have Nathaniel's. Nathaniel, let me see your guy. Let me hold him up. And tell me about your character, Nathaniel.
He's a guy from the south. He's a western guy, which explosion happened and he got fox ears.
Oh, okay, there's an explosion, he got fox ears. Okay, that's very interesting twist. And then I came up with, I got a can and put some paper on him, and I created kind of a bad monster character. He's going to be the villain of our story. So let's have this little guy, and what's going to happen to him? What do you think?
He gets lost.
Okay, so he's going to get lost, and then can I see your guy, Elsie? Okay, so we got this guy and this guy, and what are they going to do? Who are they?
They're brothers.
They're brothers. Okay, so these guys are brothers, and what are they going to do? They're going to rescue the baby from the evil monster. So how are they going to rescue the baby? How do they rescue? Well, we'll have to make that part up, won't we? Did you guys have fun making some characters today? Yeah, we had a lot of fun. So I hope you guys had fun watching this, and maybe you have some ideas that you can come up with some of your own characters. Can you guys look at the camera one more time and say bye-bye?
Creativity.
Well, it's time to collect the third C, creativity. You have to have creativity in your stories, because otherwise, well, they're just boring. You want your story to be as exciting to read as possible, and therefore you need to make it creative, something different, something that no one's ever seen before. Now, a lot of people think that creativity just, boom, pops into your head. But creativity, good ideas don't just appear out of nowhere. They actually come from somewhere. They keep ideas locked up in things called books. And when you get a good book, you get a good idea. And when you get a good idea, you read about it, you think about it, you dream about it, and pretty soon, you've got two ideas. And once you've got new ideas, you never see things the same way again. Now watch as I do a trick with these two ideas. I'm gonna count to 10. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, no! 10. Wow, that was interesting. Count with me this time. This time we'll count backwards. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, whoa! 1, 2. 2 new ideas. Get a book and find some good ideas. Now I'm going to show you a trick that's going to really help you with your creativity.
Creativity.
So this tip is really going to help you when creating stories. You're going to be out after you've read your stories and you've read your books and you're playing, and different ideas are going to come to you. And you're going to think to yourself, wow, that's a good idea. I'll have to do something about that. And then later you're going to go back to your studio and you're going to take out a clean sheet of paper and the ideas are gone. Ideas have a way of escaping. So here's what you're going to do. You're going to grab yourself a notebook. You're going to write on it, my ideas. And then you can decorate it any way you want. And then later, if you're lucky, the ideas will come back. This time, when they come back, you capture them. You put them in the book. And then later, when you have a chance to sit down at your studio with all your crayons and all your paints, you get your idea book out and you can create some fresh new artwork, all because you captured your ideas in a book. My ideas. Make sure you have a book like this and take it with you wherever you go.
Creativity.
If you're looking for a good book that would inspire creativity, check out a book called Lookalikes. This one's called Lookalikes Around the World, but there's a whole series of these books and they create all these cool scenes just using things like toys and food and just all kinds of objects around the house, and they come up with some pretty clever ideas that will really inspire your creativity.
It's story time.
Once upon a time, there was a king with 3 daughters. The youngest, the middle child, and the oldest. The 3 girls would often argue about which one of them was the greatest. One day, the golden goat escaped from the castle, and the king immediately sent the girls on a mission to go get the goat back. Before they left, they were given a sack with a portion of the enchanted vine and some food for their journey. Well, it wasn't long before the girls were in an argument as to which one would find the golden goat first. They were so busy arguing that they got lost. They were now trapped on the wrong side of the river. Hungry, the oldest girl took out the sack to get some food, and she found the enchanted vine, along with a note from the king that read, "My dear daughters, I love you. You're all valuable to me, and it doesn't matter if you're the youngest, the middle child, or the oldest. The only thing that you need to remember is this, that one day, just like magic, you will all grow up. And on that day, you'll be big and tall and strong. And you will all be exactly the same. And when people see you, they will be amazed." And the girls used the vines that were now the same size to swing across to the other side of the river. Once they got to the other side, they found the goat. Yay! But he had fallen into a deep pit. Aww. But the notes continued. The note went on to say, "You must remember that it is family that ties you together. It is love that binds you together as a family. And family is the most important thing of all. When you understand that, you're not three separate individuals. You are together one." And they took the knotted vine and pulled the goats out of the pit. But the note continues. It went on to say that when you all stop competing and work together as a team, then you will accomplish more. You'll be one big, happy family, and you'll be greater than the whole. And they were able to lead the goat back home because of the long vine. The note ended by saying, "It doesn't matter if you're the youngest, and it doesn't ever matter if you are the middle child, and it doesn't even matter if you're the oldest. The most important thing that you remember is this, that I love you all the same." And as they finished the note, they were back at the castle. They were home, they were heroes, and they were family. And the king, the sisters, and even the goat lived happily ever after. The end. Construction, characters, and creativity. I think we've collected all three. Let's see if it worked. It worked! There he is, Mr. Groundhog. And we've got the treasure as well. The 3 C's. We figured it out.
Now it's time to say goodbye.
Well, I hope you've enjoyed the magic and art today. I hope you enjoyed digging deep into your imagination. And the adventure continues when new stories come because you've created them. My name is Dan Gogh. Thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you next time.
What is he doing?
Why is he doing that? You like it? No. Oh, no.
Thank you for watching Magic and Art by Dan Gogh.
The end. Bye-bye.
Well, Cary Area Public Library, thanks again for letting us be a part of your summer. What's that? Yes, Peaky, I was going to say that, yes. A special thank you to Miss Barb Riley for inviting us to be here. What's that? The show's not over yet. Why is the show not over yet? Because you haven't shown them your crayon with 3 ends. I don't know what that means. What does that mean, Peaky? You have a crayon with 3 ends. Where is it? It's down here. Oh, I see it. This is your crayon with 3 ends? I don't understand that. I see 1 end here. Okay, I see another end here. Okay, where's the 3rd end, Peaky? What does that mean? Crayon with 3 ends. The end, Peaky. Very funny. Okay. All right, now the show's over. Okay, don't overdo it, Peaky. Okay. Well, there he goes again. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you next time.